Now we review Blade. Now we review 2022's Blade, Iron Cross. Is it a vampire movie? No, it's not a vampire. It's a Nazi movie. It's not a vampire Nazi movie. You'd think it would be, wouldn't you? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. I saw Shark Side of the Moon, and I was so... Kitty. There is a kitty trying to get in. No, the kitty was just interrupting my video. So I saw Shark Side of the Moon, and I looked at Tanya Fox, and for some reason I just couldn't get enough Fox. So I went and I saw Blade, Iron Cross, and I did not know that the titular Blade was that of the Puppet Master series. So this is a Puppet Master-ish movie. Apparently a sequel to another Puppet Master movie set in World War II. Before I get any further into that, let me remind you that, of course, for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean then pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. So if you'd be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe, you're doing your part for a better world. Now then, okay, so Blade Iron Cross appears to be one of those horror movies where they took a horror movie that had nothing to do with the franchise and added a franchise element to it. From a functional standpoint, you could write out the Blade character entirely. Blade is I guess he's a animated puppet? Okay, I mean, he's not supposed to be a real person or a Pinocchio or whatever. He is a puppet with a hook for one hand and a knife for the other, and he's from a horror movie, so he goes around stabicizing people. And his stabicizedness is, of course, awesome and somewhat funny, but he really does not need to be in this movie. It's just awesome that he is in this movie. Now, I've never seen a Puppet Master movie, so this is my introduction to the franchise, and, I mean, I have seen all kinds of reviews where people are saying, you know, it's like, oh, well, this one didn't have as much nudity and gore as the last one. Okay, well, it had a reasonable amount of nudity and gore, and the nudity and gore you get is excellent. And I mean, quite frankly, what I think happened is they started with, we have rights to the Puppet Master franchise. Okay, yes, good. We have this girl with a great rack. Oh, yeah, that is an awesome rack. How can we make a movie around this? And then they found this script, and they said, okay, we can fit some great rack and Puppet Master into this. And that's what they did. Now, to be clear, there are other opportunities for nudity in this film that did not get used. There's only one woman who shows herself, and she is, wow, but the other woman just, I guess it wasn't in her contract. And apparently there are some cuts of the film where some of the lower end nudity is blurred. And yeah, I didn't really notice that in mine, but you know, this is not a movie that you watch over and over again and dictate or scrutinize every detail. In fact, look, one of the things I could tell you is if this were a major motion picture, I would criticize the fact that everybody's clothing looks too new. Alright? It looks like it's straight out of the box, never been worn before, not lived in, not distressed. And, you know, in fact, the materials look too light. Okay? But this is something that only a person like me with 2010 vision would notice. And, you know, this is a low-budget movie. Who cares? Killer Rack over here, you're looking at the dude's clothes. Really? And there's a scene where, like, there's some chains, and they're big chains, and you could see very clearly, those are plastic. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what this movie is. It's a schlock fest. It's designed to be a schlock fest. It's something of a cash grab, but I mean, again, apparently, I've never seen the other movies, but they say if you compare it to the other movies, it's bad. But if it stands alone, it's not. It is what it is. They could not have done a better job without more money. And, you know, again, if you're looking for a cheap slasher film with an impressive amount of gore and that just wondrous, awe-inspiring rack, this is a movie for you. Could I have used perhaps more rack? When is that not true? I get lonely. I enjoy movies like this. That's who I am. And most people, I mean, I've heard a lot of people say, she should have been naked even more. I'm like, you know, guys, we live in the era of the internet. I think I saw this one on Tubi, I think. Can't even remember, I watched so many movies, but it was a free movie, and it's not like I paid $20 for a DVD or something. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's just rewind if that's what you want. Otherwise, you know, this is a movie that goes on your watch list, particularly if you are a dude looking for, you know, basic entertainment. You know, I can't go out there and tell you, wow, this is the next Lord of the Rings, because it's not. You're not going to be afraid. You're not here to be afraid. You're here to see a puppet cut something up and a really hot chick. Okay, you know, this movie is what it is. It has succeeded in what was attempted. So, I mean, if this were an assignment, it would be an A. Okay? I have to admit that this is not a movie that appeals to everyone. This is a movie that generally appeals to men between the ages of 14 and 45. Right? This is what this is. I put this on my what? I am insane. Yes, I put this on my watch list. I put this on my watch list because I thoroughly enjoyed it. In fact, I may watch it a second time, which is not something I do very often any longer. But I do have to admit, it is a cheap film, full of schlock, rushed acting, and, you know, I don't think it could have been better without more money. But I enjoyed it. So, you know, if you're in for a cheap B movie, this is a movie for you. If you're not, then why are you looking at a movie called Blade Iron Cross? Anyway, I'm Richard. Is it recording? Are you sure? Are you sure it's recording? Little red dot. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it. I see it. Little red dot on the screen thing. Right. Okay, so it's recording. Right. I'm Barry. Barry the strawberry poison dart frog, right? Yes. And I come from the WWF, that's World Wildlife Fund, and I was symbolically adopted by Random Street Theater, okay? And that means that they're not going to tear my house down. So good. So I would like you to help not tear my house down, and you could do that by commenting on this video. Yes, and you could like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And, you know, these necklaces I'm wearing, you see, those things are actually bracelets for humans. For every 1,000 subscribers, this channel will buy one. And every time they do that, it means a pound of trash is going to be pulled out of the ocean. And you can help. You can make the world cleaner and better for animals like me. So please, comment, like, and subscribe. I'm Barry.